of the use cases will be looking into our telco company that's called One Mobile. So One Mobile is very well established in the market, in the region they're operating in. They actually have had a few acquisitions over the past years, so a lot of different, than if we're looking on the IT side, for example, different systems coming in culture-wise, employee-wise, right? You have all these topics whenever you're thinking of mergers and acquisitions. One Mobile is working a lot with different partners together. Then obviously they have different operations support systems, what we call OSS, and the BSS, business support systems, that are building the base of, that's holding a lot of their information. If we then look at our sales representative, Henry, who is working for a partner of One Mobile, he is super enthusiastic over his role. He is very excited in bringing his customers the best, the most suitable solution at hand. And he is responsible whenever he is able to sell a new contract operator customer, then the actual contract is something that he'll be sending out to One Mobile, and he's usually doing that in an email. We also have prepared this typical contract as what it might look like. In reality, there may obviously be a few more information, but I think what we need to know here is that our customer Simona has signed a new contract holding a lot of information when it comes to CRM related information, but then also everything that has to do with the contract ID, name, nationality, even birthday. What you could also put also in there, often you'll be asked, what's your profession, or what company are you working in? So obviously, telco companies would like to get as many information as possible from the customers, and that's then what we see here. So that's the one part. And then the question is, how does that information flow then into the BSS legacy system of One Mobile? So we see this interface here, and where all the different information then from that contract, which is most probably coming in as a PDF, need to be plugged in. So what we're looking at now is the process on how we could be setting this up. So we see we have Henry, our sales representative here. He is happy to have closed a contract with one of his customers, and that signed contract is then sent in an email to the operations team of One Mobile. And then obviously here we see that IT operation or the operations team would need to get that contract and extract the data from the PDF and put this into the legacy BSS system. Obviously, that might need to be done manual oftentimes. So what's happening over time, there may be errors happening, typos or something that may only just appear in a later stage when that first invoice is coming out to the customer, for example, and then that would have yet another course of actions following up. But here, once all these data is entered and the activation of the mobile contract is actually done, then an email confirmation goes out to Henry and obviously also to the customer channels, maybe email, maybe a text message, which is obviously individual to our customer and the setting that's been chosen. But as you can see, then this process may take up to 5 days. To be honest, I've been switching telco companies when I'm with my private mobile contract. It took even up to 7 or 8 days, right? And that is something I'm wondering, turning to Amir now, isn't there something that we could do about? Because it's a lot of time. Me as a customer entering a new contract, I would most likely want to use my new subscription instantly, right?
Yes, Verena, and thanks for explaining it in detail. So I think it's a very valid use case. And when you look in the operations team, especially in the telco orgs, they are anyway overloaded. And this is also one task which can help them to get more productive if they get it out of their backlog. So this is actually where we have started to do the automation for One Mobile. And the way for this first use case we have done is we have introduced just the RPA part. So whenever an email is received, the email will be not read through operations engineer who will then type in manually the data into the BSS system. It will be read by a bot, by a RPA bot. It will open the PDF document which has been signed by the customer and extract these information and put it in this legacy application, legacy business support system, and then activate the customer contract and subscription. And then the activation email will be sent out to the store, to the employer. I see there are a couple of errors, connection wrong. So this connection should be here. But basically, you get the picture how the automation has been orchestrated, and it's mainly driven through the RPA bot, which we are going to show you in a second. So, and now the newly automated process takes up to 5 minutes. We will see it in a demo. Most probably there it will be taking a bit longer because I will be talking to it, and I've put some breakpoints in the execution so we can see what is going on. So we will be looking at this process where we have used our RPA, MuleSoft RPA solution to completely automate the execution of the process on the operation side. So the very first step is about reading the email. So whenever an email enters a defined inbox, we can define filters and check what the content is about based on rules. And then we read this scanned document, extract the data out of it, and open this legacy application and write the CRM related data as well as subscription related data into the legacy application and close it again, and then we send a confirmation email. So that's the very first automated process we want to show you in a live demo. Just to get started, the next one will be a more interactive one. So Verena, can you confirm that you see still my screen?
Yes, I can still see it. Now I'm seeing the mobile contract.
Okay, so perfect. So this is my RPA instance, my RPA desktop, where we will see the automation ongoing. What we have here is the mobile contract, which Verena already presented. We have this couple of information here. It has been signed by the customer. So we can see it here is the signature. And what I have already prepared is I have already an email sent out with a new mobile account, new one mobile account attached with the PDF we just saw. And this is the process we have brought into the RPA builder. So in the design time, in the build time, we are going to see how it is interacting with the different components and extracting data from PDF and then writing it into this legacy application, which of course on our side, we have simulated it, the UI of the legacy application. But let's start with the very first point, which is reading the email. So once the email is read, you will see we will display just the whole document, what we read in a structured manner. So first of all, we get the name of the document. You can see it is the one we have downloaded now locally. And if I refresh here, you will see it is becoming red. And this is the contact or the context of the email or of the attachment, which is extracted here and shown in a message box. So let me close it and continue here. So the next step is to read each of these properties like name, address, and just here we are displaying just the email which we have read from this PDF document. And now it will open the legacy application, go into the customer module, and then type in this data step by step. It just needs some time here to perform these actions. So now it
Sorry,
should be.
Anya, just a question. So if you're saying you're, reading the data out of the PDF, can you be a bit more specific on how can we do that?
So there are a couple of features MuleSoft RPA is providing. First of all, you can, based how your document has been prepared, if it's a system generated PDF, like you can do it from Word or Google Docs, we can use a template called read PDF. If it's a scanned one, like in our case here, we can use AWS TextRect to extract OCR capabilities, using OCR capabilities, the data from the document and then really put it into the application and just use the interface to AWS TextRect. We are also providing our own OCR capabilities, but as I have here in my case an AWS account with TextRect, I went for the more intelligent OCR capability. And now you can see the process has been executed. We received a new account edit email. So the RPA bot has sent this email confirmation. And in the system itself, we can now also check that this account has been added. Let me just open again the customer module. And if we go to the last one, you can see here is the account information, which has been added here. And now we are going to use this account information to further proceed with the next use case. But does it answer your question, Verena?
Thank you, Amir. Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right, just let me prepare for the next one. Open the flow already and also give a refresh here on the composer side. So now let's continue with our process. So now we have seen how RPA was capable of reading an email inbox, download the attachment, which was provided as a scanned document PDF, and it has then read out the data using AWS TextRect OCR and brought it into a key value chain and then inserted it into the legacy application to activate the one mobile subscription for Simona's Docker.